what you want ain't what you need. Sometimes letting go can make your heart break. Sometimes the road seems dark as night.
이게 오리지널.
Have some faith in yourself. That's the
뭐가 다른 거지?
light.
굉장히 큽니다.
You should know that when your dreams have hit the ceiling and fallen back down on the ground. Let me tell
Wow.
you, I know the feeling. I used to live in that town. One door closes and another swings open. That's life, and not to dwell upon the darkest hour. They say is just before dawn.
우리 앞에서 끊겼어.
You might take a fall, but you can bounce right back.
겁나 비싸요.
Go to
158달러.
town, dressed up like a heart attack.
400달러.
Cause you know that when your dreams have hit the ceiling and fallen back down on the ground.
In those areas, so where the white is, that gives you pure white. What questions do we have about picking color?
안 들려. 그건 손님이야. 들려? 너무 잘 들려. 조금만 기다려봐요. 들려. 가만 있어봐. 뭐 삼성이 잡혀? 삼성 TV. 얘는 삼성 거 쓰나?
Shipping and industrial supply. They push to Jackson Beauty. You can be 100% certain about your taxes.
버거가 7달러? 7.2달러. 많이 마시겠지? I want to fry. Cheese fry. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, pleasure. 맛있게 드세요. 이렇게 드시오.
Sometimes what you want ain't what you
설레임 맛.
sometimes letting go.
다 이거 굽느냐 패티 굽느냐고 오래 걸렸나 보다. 서울에 고속터미널에 하나 있고. 코엑스에 찐득찐 코엑스.
Sometimes the road seems dark as night.
그냥 맛있네. 근데 야채가 별로 안 들어갔다. 근데 맛있다.
Have some faith.
왜 브로콜리 들어간 거야?
That's the better.
그냥 먹어. 이거 가지고 배가 안 차. 좀 햄버거가 작아. 할버하이즈를 바로 가자. 먹는 게 끊기면 안 돼. 단짠? 단짠이 없다. 되게 좋다. 여유로워.
One door closes and another swings open. That's life, and not to dwell upon the darkest hour, they say, is just
오라니까.
before dawn.
일로 와보라고. 어? 시비 걸냐?
You might take a fall, but you can bounce right back. Go to town, dressed up like a heart attack. 'Cause you know that when your dreams have hit the ceiling and fallen back down.
You came out of nowhere. That first
이게
time
카메라 화면에는 안 나온다 잘.
said you were too tired to walk the line. I slip and hold our precious. I can be
이거
a
비싸다.
goldsmith, and you a nomad or a tailor. And we don't have to follow.
이게 진짜 너무 예쁜데.
I
이거
can do anything when I look at you. I believe everything to be true.
저게 엄청 오래된 성당이래. 패트릭 성당? 와. 와. 우리 이거 하나 탈까? 저 엄청 귀엽다 펭귄. 진짜 귀엽잖아 펭귄. 우리 앞에서 다 걸려요.
Welcome to Top of the Rock.
67층이네. 뛰어서 뉴욕 속으로. 여기는 록펠러 센터고요. 굉장히 아름다워요. 보시죠. 비가 옵니다. 지금 날씨가 추운데 패딩 가지고 오는 거 귀찮아요. 와. 하늘 반짝이는 게 다 비행기야.
이게 보이시나요?
돈을 내야 돼. 돈 없나? 너 안 되나 봐. 와, 근데 이쁘다. 서울도 올라가면 이 정도는 될까? 이 정도는 안 되겠지? 근데 이게 비행기가 엄청 많이 다니네. 그러니까 여기 저기 비행기가 지금 위에 떠 있는 것만 6개야. 눈에 보이는 게 저기 하나, 저기 하나, 저기 하나, 저기 하나, 4개, 5, 6, 7개, 8개네. 8개네. 아니 저기도 있네? 저기도 있고, 저기도 있고. 비행기 10대가 넘게 다니네. 비행기 타고 있다. 타는구나 이제 15시간. 15시간 타고 이제 한국 가는구나. 가기 싫다.
Side to the left.
Yeah.
All right, how many?
2.
The
Yeah,
bar's over.
bar. Thank you. Do you want?
Go back.
I don't know. I've been part of one theory, but
Evan, Canada? Where?
I'll lie.
Please take a moment to turn the ringers off of all.
You came out of nowhere that first time. Said you were too tired, walk the line. I said then hold up, I can be a goldsmith, and you a nomad or a tailor, and we don't have to follow. I can do anything. Look at you. Oh, I believe everything to be true. Oh, every little bit of my heart lights up. Hear me say,
Remember sunsets in Boston, in yellow concrete. We watched all of them together until we couldn't go to sleep. Wish it lasted forever, but it faded away. I was wrong, you were right. We couldn't stand tall under the fire. Somewhere I can see the silver line, but it's all far away. Someone told me about you, said you were moving back. Could I steal you for a moment?
Is it empty? Oh, yeah.
Can you wash away the tears of yesterday? Will you guide me on the path?
짜잔, 저희 숙소입니다. 뷰가 아주 끝내줘요. 28층입니다. 다만 방이 엄청 작다는 게 진짜 흠인데 뷰는 진짜 좋아요. 개 좋다. 원래 이제 이렇게 여기다 담아주는 건데 아주 많이 담아줬습니다.
May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up high. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Just the side of you at my weakest point. Makes a world of difference, oh, you make me strong. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond shining from within. I can tell that you're tough.
스타벅스다.
Always keep my eyelids strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. Life will always know where to go. You will always keep my eyelids strong.
그냥 살짝 쳐다만 봐도 막 웃어요. 그렇습니다. 그냥 눈을 서로 마주치면 웃어요. 막 미소를 지어줘요. 너무 기분이 좋고. 이거 보세요.
Special right here, right?
Special here, yeah.
Only sell here, right?
Sometimes you'll find that in the store, is it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
This is exclusive. Ah.
Just forget it. I'm done playing the waiting game. I'm so
Here.
I'm all done playing the waiting game.
The combo is right. Yep. Thank you. Have a good night.